Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What we're going to be doing today is building an elevated platform. That way you can put a ground blind on it, whether it's a pop-up or a permanent. Here's the stuff we're going to use. This is an old deck that I tore apart, so I've got some deck boards right here. I've got these boards that are going to be the joists, and this is where it's going to happen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do it 8 foot by 8 foot. The ground blind is a 65 by 65 inch footprint. 8 foot by 8 foot gives me extra room around it, and then I'm going to build a little deck off of it to give me access, make sure I got plenty of room. Let's go. So like I said, I'm going to do 8 foot by 8 foot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 at 8 foot. That'll be my end caps, and then all the rest that'll serve as, I'll say, my joists, and then also the end caps for those. I got to do 7 foot 9 inches. That'll leave 3 inches for the end caps to make sure it's 8 by 8. So as I mentioned, you got to make sure and take into account those end caps. So it's 1.5 inches on one, 1.5 inches on the other. That adds up to 3 inches. That's why we're cutting those down. The other ones to 7 foot 9 inches. Only need 2 that are going to be 8 foot. All the others will be shorter. All right, guys, so let me catch you up here. What we've got here is, again, 8 foot on the end, 8 foot on the end, 7 foot 9 on these. I went ahead and marked it, but I haven't put it down yet. Since I've got 4 of them, we're gonna be doing 2 foot on center. And so I'll have 2, 4, 6, and then we'll have the other. And then what's also nice about doing this 8 foot is that these deck boards right here are 12 foot. I only have a few of them that won't cover the whole thing, but I may be able to go ahead and buy them on 8 foot lengths, and then I'll be able to lay them and have no waste. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now is start screwing these together. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you guys is that I did, as you can tell, this came off of an old deck or a platform I'd built. So what I did is I'm flipping it with all the screw holes up. And the reason why I'm doing that is so that I'm going to have the clean top up, and I'll put these corner brackets here from HME down here on the corners, and then that'll set it up so when I flip it up on top, I'll have a nice clean surface on top with none of the other multiple screw holes in there that could cause water damage. But I might also go ahead and use some tape sealer that I had from my old deck and put on these boards too. All right, so to catch you up, what we end up doing is we went ahead and have all the joists tied in. I went ahead and put in cross braces after I went ahead and used an angle to make sure it's true. So all I'm doing is just locking these sides in here on the corners so that it can't move. Next thing is I've put these angle brackets here. These are by HME platform brackets. All right, so I've got these angle brackets right here. They are set to where they receive a 4x4. They just set right here on the side. And then what I did is I went ahead and left about a 2-inch gap off the end because I do have these screws that are coming in right here. And I gapped myself, as you can see, so that whenever I put in my lag bolts, those will be good and I'll be clear of the screws. So I went ahead and marked my holes to be able to put in the lag bolts. Got my 4x4s over there that will cut. I'm only going to do it to about 6 feet, maybe 7 feet tall. And then what I'm going to do now is the deck boards. I'll cut them to 8 foot. Logan and I went ahead and measured both ways to make sure that we're good this way to this way and this way to this way, 8 foot. So I'll cut those to 8 foot. Then whenever we get them out into the field, I can lay them down, screw them down, we'll be all set. Next thing I'm going to be doing is lag bolting these corner brackets in and cutting the deck boards. All right, guys, so we got the platform up here where we're supposed to have it. We went ahead and slipped in the 4x4s that we already pre-cut. I'm going to go ahead and cross brace and tie the 2 together, and then we'll, do the other 4 sides or 3 sides that's remaining. And then what we'll do is go ahead and pre-drill just a pilot and put in our lag screws on the 4 corners. That way everything's cross braced well, locked in, and then we'll flip it over on its top and go from there. All right, guys, so what you saw is we just went ahead and flipped it over. Now I'm going to go ahead and level it up, and we'll start doing the deck boards once I go ahead and get it oriented the way I want. Orientation looks pretty decent, but we might pivot it just a little bit. All right, so we got everything leveled up. Base, platform top, everything's leveled up. Went ahead and put in a cross brace right here for the platform. Got another little brace right here for this corner. Lock this up solid. As Mason was pointing out, Right here is where the ladder is going to be, right there. So what we'll do is that'll stiffen up this corner right here. So we're going to go ahead and start laying deck boards on top. All right, guys, so we just finished up here. And what I did is put on a ladder. I set it up with every 12 inches. I have a step. I then brought it up to a handrail, and then I made that 36 inches. So it's about waist height. And then what I'll do is I'll take you up here and show you what we have to look at. See where you can walk up, come around, come into the blind. Nice. Here's the food plot look. All this is out of treated lumber, except that one little section of handrail that I needed more. Got cross bracing, it's on 4x4s. I'm using the angle brackets. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good.